Hey everybody, this is Pop That Corn 14 here, representing LSS levels. I just played this level, and I'm kind of feeling bad about myself because usually levels like these I like to do blind, but I was not expecting this level to be so good. So I believe this deserves some showcase. So this is a troll level, so troll levels typically don't receive a lot of coverage on LSS. There's not many of them, and this is just something I'd love to see people do more of. So this is I Want to Be the Mario. This is by Apopic. This is inspired by I Want to Be the Guy. So if you're familiar with that game, it's basically like a Kaizo game where there's like a lot of different trolls. This basically does the same thing. Basically, it's a short troll course, but it's difficult. Good luck. And I gave it 4.5. The only reason I gave it 4.5 is because these cutoffs. That's the only reason. Anyway, let's check this out. All right, so no description says for this level. I cannot speak. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, you can kind of tell this is meant to be designed like I Want to Be the Guy. There's an area in the beginning of the game that's similar to this. Of course, you do have these ghost house tiles. They do create those. Actually, are they even cutoffs? They kind of look like it to me. I think that's the only reason why I would take off for this level is because of the design. Also, this level has some really good trolls. I hate that I'm doing this knowing like a lot of the trolls, but I'll kind of show them off the best I can. And yeah, this music is from I Want to Be the Guy, if you're curious. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's this troll where if you kind of just have, like, I was examining this when I was doing this, and that platform got me. So I'll show that real quickly just so you guys can see what's going on. So like you examine that. That's kind of what I did. So yeah, normally you would think to do this, but then yeah, that happens. Now, I actually have played I Want to Be the Guy. I've also played some of the fan games. I've played... My favorite fan game is I Want to Be the Boshi. That's always been my favorite one. That has so many different ideas. Like, I mean, again, not necessarily original ideas, because a lot of them are taken from Nintendo games and all that. I can't remember how to do that. Okay, I guess I just do that. I have played I Want to Be the Guy, but I'm not good at these types of games, so I didn't really get that far. And this was years ago, right? This is years. So I only got past like the first few screens, right? So that's like as far as I got. But yeah, it is a very tough game and definitely not not one to be reckoned with, essentially. So yeah, as you can see, we can't progress when that happens. So basically you run like that and then that happens. Oh dude, I'm always not sure if I want to slow down there. Going, man. These trolls are a little precise. They're a little annoying to deal with, but honestly, they're really good. They're really good. Also, that can happen, which is just great. But yeah, I just wanted to say this is a really good troll level. I really like this level, and I'm really happy somebody made a recreation of I Want to Be the Guy in this, because I'm like, this is like the one thing I would not have expected to see in SMC. I will be honest. Okay, yeah. So we saw an arrow go up here, so basically that means we go back here. So if you drop down, then, you know, essentially you lose a checkpoint. You lose checkpoint progress, which I think it's an ingenious troll. Flank doesn't do that, and I really think he should be more cruel with the trolls. And not just him, but I think if anybody does trolls, right? Because there's just a lot of course. I just think there's a lot of ways you can customize trolls, and I just think there's a lot of versatility that can go behind it, right? So one of my favorite trolls, now Flank is heavily inspired by Mario Maker. I'm bringing Flank up, not Apopic. I mean, Apopic definitely made the level, and he has a lot of different trolls for this, but there is a common troll I see in Mario Maker, and I assume that's where inspiration comes from for Flank, right? Checkpoint 1. So if you're not familiar with what checkpoint 1 means, it basically means, because Mario Maker 2 only has 2 checkpoints, so there's a common troll where if you get like the second checkpoint, you're far into the troll level, then you basically go back to the very first checkpoint, so you lose progress in the level. It's an evil troll, but I love it. It is so good. It is actually ingenious, and that is a troll I want to see in this level. I mean, Apopic kind of does do it with that losing checkpoint progress, which I think it's really cool. And that's just an example, obviously. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can customize trolls with Super Mario Construct compared to Mario Maker. Like, Construct offers a lot more that Mario Maker doesn't have. Like, for instance, you have spawners. Mario Maker doesn't have spawners, so because of that, you kind of just... Oh, shoot, I jumped up there. But yeah, Mario Maker doesn't have the spawners, and also Super Mario Construct has wider variety of enemies. Also, Mario Maker does have its own wide variety of enemies too when you think about it, but I think SMC is going to add them at some point eventually, so kind of just have to see how that goes. So it's kind of just, you know, trying to figure out how to mix those two, and then just seeing how that works out, right? Also, I don't think Mario Maker has slopes, so I think... Dang platform. I think there's... Really, I think the biggest versatility factor that's in play here is definitely spawners, because you can't... I don't think you can put tiles in spawners, but I think you can put like any object in spawners, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can go about using spawners, and I think that's probably what Apopic and Flank do. Wait, that didn't kill me the first time I did that. That's interesting. By the way, sorry if I don't have a lot to say about this level. I hate that I've already played. See, okay, that didn't kill me. What? That didn't even kill me. Why? Ugh, SMC be like. Okay, we can just jump that. Yeah, and if you go down a pipe, this happens. You get rickrolled. I've gotten rickrolled a couple times. So you kind of have to jump like that, and then... Oh, whoa, whoa. I went really fast there. There's also this rickroll, too. Dude, when I played this... Oh, man. That caught me so off guard when I played this. I was like, what? Because it was just so out of design with the level, and I was like, what the heck? Okay, so then we do that. Also, that's a hidden platform, I believe. God, dude, you can't really see that, too. It's like, what the heck? But I think you kind of have to work against it a little bit, and I think that's how you progress that. So yeah, you kind of do that. Oop, I keep messing up here. These jumps, I think it's easier if I don't duck jump. I think if I just run at it like that, I think it'll be easier. But yeah, what I was kind of mentioning at the beginning of the video was I've mostly seen videos of I Want to Be the Guy in the fan games. I've seen quite a bit of them. I used to watch a lot of them. I actually didn't know that coin block was there. I was trying to process that. But I used to not play. I actually have played a few, like I mentioned, but I've watched a lot. And I mentioned Boshi was the one I've always been a big fan of. I've always watched a lot of Boshi. Boshi's my favorite one for sure. Dude. Yeah, so this can happen. So that arrow, the reason I hesitated there was because I didn't want to I wanted to show off that troll. I knew to go, dude, I accidentally went in the pipe. Are you kidding me? Why, dude? Oh, man. That was on accident. That was on accident. I love how he smiles, too. That's great. But yeah, so you can see here, Apopic uses two different trolls that make you lose your progress. And I think it's ingenious, especially for this tile that he's using. So again, I feel like it is a bit out of place. That's the only reason I'm deducting half a star, mostly just because of the design. I know it's supposed to be like, I want to be the guy. I get it. But I just think in terms of the design, I just think there's a lot of different ways you can go about improving it. I mean, then I know it's supposed to be basic, right? But I just think maybe there could be better tile to use. I'm not sure. I don't know. Again, it does look fine. It does look fine, but it's just my personal opinion. Anyway, 71 deaths? Wow. I wasn't expecting that many. Anyway, let me check the editor real quickly to see if I missed anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like I actually missed anything. So yeah, you can see that he uses tag blocks, and you can see that there's a lot of spawners. But if I do this... Okay, yeah, so, okay, I think this is a good tile to use, actually, now that I think about it, because you can basically pretend to have trolls where it's like, oh, you know, you have hidden blocks that make you lose progress or something like that. So I do like the idea behind that. I will admit it is actually ingenious to use. I don't know. Does it actually create cutoffs, now that I think about it? Yeah, it actually does. They're pretty minor. So yeah, that's really the only reason I'm taking off half a star, but this is a really good troll level Apopic, and you should be proud of yourself for coming up with this. And as a fellow I Want to Be the Guy fan, this is amazing. I'm really happy you did this, my friend. Anyway guys, that is I Want to Be the Mario, that is by Apopic. If you guys would like to talk more about this in the comments or whatever, I'm always open to be able to talk to you guys about all this. Maybe Apopic will give us some thoughts too, maybe on their level or whatever they want to do. So anyway guys, I'm going to call out here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.